So we have another incident of violence in Atlanta with a police officer killing the suspect and possibly facing criminal charges. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this officer that killed this young man last night, Friday night, Rashad Brooks, he's going to face criminal charges. You can't shoot somebody in the back when they're running away from you. There are other officers who are serving prison time for the same type of stuff. Now, yeah, he had a physical confrontation with the officers. Yeah, he stole their damn stun gun. Yeah, he even attempted to possibly disengage the stun gun running away from the officers. Guess what? A stun gun is not a deadly weapon. So you cannot use deadly force. He made a bad judgment call. The officer who did this, and he's going to face criminal charges and probably go to prison behind this. This is very similar to another incident that happened in North or South Carolina, where a suspect was also being arrested on a DUI charge or some type of charge that I think of driving. He had some traffic violations or citations or something ridiculous, and the officer got into a confrontation. The man ran, and then he shot the man in the back. Well, that officer is serving prison time for that incident. Come on, y'all. Shooting someone in the back that's running away from you, where's the danger? Oh, so he shot the stun gun over his shoulder at you, and you felt that you need to use lethal force. Now, regards to this Wendy's restaurant being burned down, which I believe that is a black-owned Wendy's. That Wendy's has just been renovated not too long ago, completely tore down and built a practically brand new store there. I've been inside that Wendy's on many occasions since it's been renovated. I've been going to that place for years. It was right off University Avenue. They even built a new gas station right next door. The area is improving dramatically. They done burned the Wendy's down and just about destroyed the gas station. They broke out all the windows and stuff. That community down there has been going through, that community down off University and Prior Street been going through so much shit down there. They don't even have a grocery store in the area. They for years promised these people they would build them a Kroger or some type of grocery store down there. The community down there, Lakewood, Prior, I forget the other neighborhood across the highway there, Peoplestown. Is that Peoplestown? I can't think of those neighborhoods exactly, but those areas have been going through a lot of turmoil over the years since I've been here in Atlanta. There's a massive housing project right there we did over here on Prior Street. Amazingly, there are homes that cost between $200,000 and $300,000 right walking distance to that Wendy's. I've looked at them. They were up to $400,000 and $500,000 at one point. So the area still has a long way to go. I don't like what these police officers did. This man was in his car on private property. He fell asleep behind the wheel. No one's life was in danger. Obviously, the car was in park. Why didn't they just take the man home? I've seen plenty of suspects who were driving get pulled over for DUIs, and they just took them home. Oh, but they were all white folks. So they decided this man was literally walking distance from that Wendy's. He wasn't harming anyone. This is why we have to hire police officers who can think properly. Community police officers who work in community, who know their community. It's a Friday night. This man did not need to go to jail to be in jail all weekend. He had a job, a family. He made a mistake. Let's not penalize him. They could have impounded the car if they wanted to, or they could have made him park the car, and they could have even took the man home. They do it for white folks all the goddamn time. This is why I'm 100,000% for defunding the police and replacing them with something different. Because these officers, they don't make wise decisions. They made a dumb decision to arrest him. But no, I'm saying this man was I'm not saying that at all he was correct for fighting with these officers. But this could have been just de-escalated from the very beginning by simply saying, man, what's going on here? Where do you live at? Park this car, let's take you home. No more driving tonight. That's it. That's what the community police are. Now, let's just say that he hadn't committed a criminal crime that had harmed anyone at this point. That's a different story if this man had been in a wreck. hurt people or harm people, kill people. That's a different story. This was a car parked at the Wendy's drive-thru on private property. Heck, the manager of Wendy's just walked out there, knocked on the window and said, "Man, what's going on?" That's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. I bet you my life, had this been a white man in that car, he would have went home. He would have been given the opportunity to go home and get it together. Should those two white officers maybe have been down there off Pryor Road and University, even policing down there? Possibly not. Maybe they don't even know their community. Maybe they don't know these. I'm sitting outside. Today it is, what is today's date? It's Monday. It is June 15th. The year is 2020. It's been a long weekend of rioting and mayhem and craziness. This has been going on for weeks now here in Atlanta. We just wonder when things will return to some normalcy here. I think it's going to take some time before we begin to see things return to normal. And, you know, the weekend, of course, we had Rayshard Brooks get shot and killed at the Wendy's, and the Wendy's went up and they burned it down. Somebody burned it down. I don't know. This year has proven to be a doozy. So I don't know. We just have to see how it continues to go. I did want to make a comment about. I posted a couple of videos. Well, one video in particular. There's an additional video footage of George Floyd's death in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I was rather shocked by one of the reasons. Well, let me just state this: I was rather shocked by the bystanders standing there, watching these officers kill this man. And a lot of you all are not understanding why we have to begin the process of dismantling and defunding the police departments. And there's a lot of concern about, well, who we call. Well, for the vast majority of Americans, they haven't been able to call the police to help them anyway. So we have to come up with something better. And I think that some of you all are so in love with the American police force, so in love with the notion that you can pick up the phone and call 911. You kind of forget that even if they do dismantle and defund the police and get rid of them, they will create something so you can still continue to call 911 and get assistance for whatever is going on, but maybe more appropriate assistance for what's actually happening in your situation. If you need an armed officer to come to your home because something's going on that requires, then they will evaluate the situation and see who needs to come out to your home. Having the police work as security, counselors, the police for years have worked as so many, that one officer coming out to the scene who's not trained to distinguish between someone having a mental problem or a family issue or so these officers come out in the situations they're supposed to de-escalate the situation and calm the situation, but many times when police show up, the situation gets worse, and especially if you're in that black community. So when I lived in Buckhead in an all-white community, well, it was like night and day. First off, you rarely ever saw any police patrolling the area. You would think that living up there, we saw police every day, but you didn't. Not when you go down to black neighborhoods and you see police patrolling the area all day long, and they still have a ton of crime in those areas. So are the police helping the situation, instigating the situation, making the situation worse? I think, like I said, I think too many of us have fallen in love with the American police force and are unwilling to accept that there is something better out there for us that can possibly take this country in a different direction when it comes to policing, community enforcement, communities, safety, families. There could be something way better if we're willing to open our minds and even discuss it. I personally feel that the police officers, I've met good police officers, I've met bad police officers. Unfortunately, I've met more bad police officers than good police officers. For some reason, I don't know why, the police seem to attract men and women who are just unscrupulous. Their morals are different. Their mindset, I think they like to have that power, the prospect of having that power and control over a person. And they are, for some reason, there are a lot of police officers out there as working as police officers who shouldn't be fried hamburgers at Burger King. And these people are deadly, they are dangerous, and they have these positions, and they get these jobs, and they stay there for years, and they cause all type of mayhem, confusion, death, lies. The thing that concerns me the most is that in recent years, they have shown over and over that many of these police officers, not all, but quite a few, have falsified documentation, falsified crimes. They've locked up sheriffs, chief of police, detectives, all who created false criminal activity to lock people up. And you all still in love with these people? Y'all don't want to investigate something different? We've had the police in the United States going on hundreds of years. It's time to move forward with something different, something better that offers protection and for everyone, not just a few. So those of you who are sitting around here just so worried about, well, if the police, who's going to protect the old folks? And I said, we said defund the police. We didn't say we would not have protection, or we would not have, but hire people and create something with intelligent people who we have been vetted and determined that they can work this position as community enforcement officers, which I like the term myself. I wish we can do away with the officer period, just community enforcement. But I don't know, we come up with something. But the foundation that's been built on the police, that we've built, the Americans have built on the police for decades, is that centuries now, that has to change. It has to change. And a lot of you all are living in fear of, it goes back to those people watching that video of George Floyd dying. Those officers should have been confronted physically. They killed that man. And people stood there and watched because of the fear of these officers. Fear that they wouldn't be able to, or what would happen if they attacked these officers. Those officers should have been attacked. And they should have been, large groups of people should have came out of those homes and beat the crap out of the damn officers. And anytime you see officers doing something like that, they should get their ass beat. That's not what they're there for. So, I don't know. I just keep looking at people, and I look at these situations that people are in. You all are in love with these police. You're in love with these police. And being in love with the police is not going to help resolve this situation. It's like a deadly love affair. And if you go into certain neighborhoods and you see all them police in these areas and how they treat the people of that community, I've seen this. And how they treat, it's like two different worlds. Whether you're up in Buckhead, the few encounters you did have with police, it was like completely different versus you down on Bankhead Highway. where they're aggressively down there doing all kinds of stuff and getting away with it. So, I don't know what to say. I look at these people, and I look at the way you all are defending, some of you all are defending that officer who shot and killed Rashad Brooks. Shooting that man ruthless, just in the back. I mean, it's just... Here's the funny part. You can see video after video after video all over the internet of white suspects arguing, fighting, physically fighting with the police, stealing their cars, doing all kinds of crazy shit, but they live to see another day. They live. They're still alive today. Yeah, it's time to do away with the police as we know them and come up with something better. And we've got to start asking ourselves, what can we replace them with that works to protect everyone? I mean, that's just it. Something that works to protect everybody. People shouldn't have fear of the police to the point that they see an officer killing a man and they won't even intervene. Something's wrong here. That has to change. It has to change. We can't continue down that path. And for some of you all, y'all gonna be drug kicking and screaming into the future because y'all love affair with these police officers is deadly. It's deadly. So you can complain all you want, but I definitely pray and hope the future, these marchers and protesters, oh Lord, that's a whole nother video. But these people who are demanding change, like we all are demanding change, are able to get something accomplished. Because clearly we cannot continue down this path that we've been going for the past few centuries with the American police force. It's just not working. Well, again, that's just my thoughts and opinions. I know a lot of y'all are in love with the American police, and some of y'all hate them. Trust me, it's a very contentious argument, but we got to come up with something else that works for everybody, not just a few. But anyway, let me get off this thing. It's 1 o'clock. I got to get out of here. I go to my doctor's office. Today it is Monday, June 15th, the year 2020. I'm out. Enjoy your day.